Buongiorno e benvenuti. Welcome back to Learn Italian for Travel, Lesson 4, Part 2 on time. I know it's taken a lot of time for me to put this video out because I haven't had a lot of time lately. Been working on some other things, and I have been working on putting a website together. LearnItalianForTravel.com is what it will be when it's ready to go. So it will build off of these basic lessons that you've seen on YouTube, and you'll be able to purchase different lessons that will allow you to expand and learn how to say more things like what you'll need at the restaurant or at the train station or at the hotel. So that is soon to come. Not yet. I haven't had time. So back to time for today, l'ora. So in part 1, we did how to say what time is it, che ore sono, or che ora è. Ecco. Those are the two ways to ask what time is it right now. And today what we're going to be looking at is how to ask at what time something happens. So that question, la domanda è a che ora? At what time? So this is very useful when you're traveling, obviously, so you can know when the train leaves, when the restaurant opens, when the store closes, all of these things other than what time is it right now. So I would suggest going back to Lesson 3 to review the numbers, and also if you haven't watched Lesson 4 Part 1 on time, I would go back if you have time. Okay, so andiamo avanti. We're going to go ahead now with a che ora, at what time. So we'll review the times of day first of all. So in Italy they don't have AM and PM like we have here. They'll either say the time of day, in the morning, in the afternoon, etc., or they'll use the 24-hour clock. So the 24-hour clock is military time, and that's used in more formal schedules. So at the train station, which is crucial if you're using the train, all of the schedules are going to be written with the 24-hour clock. Also more official times posted on stores or on restaurants, schedules, more official things. Not so much in conversation is the 24-hour clock used. So let's review the times of day first of all. And as always, when I'm teaching you how to say these words, it's great if you at home can repeat the words. So let's go through here. Di mattina. That's in the morning, okay? And we say, this is not definitive or concrete, but I say roughly it's from about 4 a.m. till about noon. And if you want to say in the afternoon, del pomeriggio. So that's roughly noon to about 5 p.m. Sometimes it depends on where you are in Italy, north or south, when it changes from afternoon to evening. Di sera is about 5 p.m. until about 11 p.m. And then the last one, in the night, di notte. And we would say that is about 11 p.m. till about 4 a.m. Okay, so un'altra volta, one more time. Di mattina, morning. Del pomeriggio, afternoon. Di sera, evening. Di notte, night. So you've learned the words giorno, buongiorno, that's good day. The word for afternoon is actually pomeriggio. But we do say buonasera, good evening, and that's the word for evening here. You can also say buona mattina, buona notte. I'm going to look at the 24-hour clock now, and I brought my trusty paper plate clock back to model the time for you as well as looking at it written with the numbers. So remember, with the military time or 24-hour clock, all you do is after 12, after noon, you add 12 to whatever number it is. So we're going to start with the first example here is using the time of day. We'll say 2:20 in the afternoon, okay? So 2:20 del pomeriggio, okay? In the 24-hour clock, it's going to be written like this. 14.20, 14.20. So they'll use the dot instead. Okay, and then the next time here, we have 6:15 in the evening. 6:15 or 6:15 di sera. Using the 24-hour clock, because this is in the evening, it's afternoon, so we add 12. So you will see it written 18.15. So 18.15. Molto bene. A few more times. The first one, l'una e 5 di notte, so that's 1:05 in the night, or we would say a.m. And in the 24-hour clock, this you don't add 12 here, so it's written like this with 4 digits, 01.05, 1:05, 01:05. E l'ultima is almost 10, so you could say this 2 ways. Remember, you can say when it's 1:45 up until the next hour, you can say the following hour minus whatever minutes are left, or you can say that hour with the number. So I could say le 9:40, or I could say 10 minus 15, le 10 meno un quarto, or le 10 meno 15. So 9:45 sono le 10 meno un quarto di mattina. So again, that's morning. We don't need to add the 12. So it's going to be written when you see it like this, 4 digits. 09.45, 9:45. Va bene? So I wrote some sentences, some questions here that you'll probably be asking when you go to Italy. So we're not going to do verb conjugations in these videos. I'm just going to teach you the verbs that you'll need to use when you're there. So the verbs that I've given you here, they're all going to begin for this lesson with a che ora, because we're asking at what time these things are going to happen. So the first example is apre il museo. So this is museo. You'll see the more that you learn Italian also that there are a lot of cognates or similar words in Italian with English. And so you can tell museo looks like what? It looks like museum. Okay, apre is not a cognate. So this means museum, open. So open is the verb here, and then museum will come after at the end of the question. So, a che ora apre il museo? You're asking at what time does the museum open? At what time opens the museum? It's switched a little bit. Okay, so the second one here, parte il treno. And again, this is a cognate, this is train. Okay, so at what time does the train depart? Another cognate. A che ora parte il treno? The third one, there are no cognates here. A che ora chiude il negozio? At what time does the store, il negozio, close? Chiude. Okay, and then the last one, film, see, okay, movie. A che ora comincia il film? At what time does the movie begin? Okay, so again, maybe you want to write these down, just memorize these sentences. We're going to come back to these at the end when I ask you some questions, little quiz at the end. So, andiamo alla prossima parte. So just like in the first video that we did on time, there's either a singular or a plural way to answer this. So the question is, a che ora? A is the preposition at. So the at has to be included in all of the answers. So the a is going to change forms. You'll see 3 different forms. You'll either see al, a, or alle. So alle is going to be used with any time after 1, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc., or a time that's not midnight or noon. So these are singular, okay? So we'll say a che ora, and then if you're answering at 1, you will say a luna. And the luna is in the sky too. It means moon. It's written differently. There's no apostrophe here. L apostrophe una means 1. Luna, L-U-N-A, is moon. So a luna is at 1. If you want to say at noon, no L's here. You just say a mezzogiorno, at noon. Same thing with midnight. There's no L's. You say a mezzanotte. Va bene? Ripetiamo un'altra volta. A luna, at 1. A mezzogiorno, at noon. A mezzanotte, at midnight. Perfetto. And then all the rest of the times, like I said, that are not these three are going to be plural, so they'll be alle due, alle tre, alle quattro, alle cinque, alle sei, and so on. So I asked some questions here and then responded at the bottom so you can see exactly how it's written. And here we're using the time of day, not the 24-hour clock. So the first question is, these are different questions than the ones that I showed you a few pages back. The first one is, a che ora facciamo colazione? At what time are we having breakfast? Okay, so you could answer. We're not going to include any verbs in here. Alle 7 di mattina. Alle 7 di mattina. So at 7 in the morning. Although breakfast is always eaten in the morning, so maybe you don't need to even specify di mattina. Alle 7 or alle 8 or alle 6. So 7 is plural. That's why we're using alle here. Plural meaning more than one. We're going to use the same question for all of these, the a che ora. So la seconda domanda, the second question is, a che ora pranziamo? At what time are we eating lunch? This is the verb, we are eating lunch. So eating is really important in Italy. I guess that's why I chose all of these around eating. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Okay, so let's see, what time are we eating? At 10 past noon. Okay, so we would respond now, a mezzogiorno e 10, at 12:10. A mezzogiorno e 10. So at noon and 10. And again, if you're not understanding why this is like this, go back to the first video that I did on time, lesson 4, part 1. So mezzogiorno is one of those singular times. That's why we use a, not alle. We're still eating. A che ora ceniamo? At what time are we eating dinner now? Okay, so what time are we eating? We are eating at 7:20. Alle 7:20 di sera. Alle 7:20 di sera. At 7:20, 7 again. Oh, I used the same number. Could have used 8. Actually, Italians tend to eat later than we do here, so you'll notice when you're in Italy that restaurants won't even open until about 7 o'clock. And most Italians will eat around 8 or 8:30, and the restaurants will be open around 10. So don't go out around 5 o'clock looking for dinner, because they won't be open yet. So, alle 7:20 di sera, at 7:20 in the evening. Okay, va bene. Let's go back now to those times, or the questions. I'm going to ask you at what time these things might happen. And you'll notice when you answer the question, what's going to happen is the noun and the verb are going to reverse. So if I ask, a che ora apre il museo? That's the question. At what time does the museum open? When you answer, you don't need to change anything here in terms of conjugation. Just reverse the order. And now il museo is going to start the sentence, and you will say, il museo apre. Okay? So do this with me at home, please. This will help you. So I'll tell you in English, and you will translate it into Italian at home. So maybe pause the video, grab a pen and paper, or if you want to just do it orally, that's great too. So the first thing I would like you to say is, the museum opens at 9:30 a.m. Okay, so I will give you the answer now. Check yourself, see if you got it right. Il museo apre alle 9:30 di mattina. So did you get that? Alle 9:30 di mattina. And if you don't have the verb and the noun down, that's fine. The most important part of this is the time. Okay, so bravi. Good job. The next one, la seconda domanda è, a che ora parte il treno? At what time does the train depart? Okay? So I want you to say, The train departs at 1:15 a.m. Pronti? Ready? So we'll just use the clock just for another model of the time. And you would say, in italiano, il treno parte all'1:15 di notte. You could also say all'1:15 di notte. That's fine as well. Va bene? But when you are at the train station and you see, like I said, the train schedule will all be written in the 24-hour clock. So they use time of day more in conversation. Okay? The next one we're talking about is a che ora chiude il negozio? At what time does the store close? So in English, I want you to translate this. The store closes at 7:45 p.m. Almost 8. Okay. Pronti? Are you ready for the answer? Il negozio chiude alle 8 meno un quarto di sera. Okay? Alle 8 meno un quarto di sera. You could also say alle 7:45, 7:45, or 8 minus a quarter. You could also say at 8 minus 15, that works too. Va bene? L'ultima, the last one now. A che ora comincia il film? What time does the movie start? And what you will translate is, the movie starts at 10:25 p.m. Ecco, con l'orologio, with the clock here. Okay, so in italiano, il film comincia alle 10:25 di sera. Alle 10:25 di sera. Va bene? How did you do? I think you did great. Bravi. If you need to watch it again, watch it again. And stay tuned for my website, learnitalianfortravel.com, coming up. Also, some more videos that you can see on YouTube if you need to review any of this stuff. Allora, buongiorno e ci vediamo.